Hey guys, good afternoon. It's been a little while since I've been online and shown you a watch. This watch is my Rolex Submariner Cookie Monster. I got this back in 2021 and I've probably worn this more than any other watch in my collection in that time. So much so that my wedding band has caused quite the marks on the side of the case when you roll it on and it just bashes into that spot there. This is everyone sort of says it's a sort of low key flex, but it's a watch that I've really sort of enjoyed wearing. I love the heft of it, the subtlety of it as well. It's simple. I've worn it on the beach. I've worn it formally. It's covered in scores and scratches and marks, but I know it's only a polish away to make it pristine again if I was to do that. Interestingly, obviously, Watches and Wonders has just been, and when you look at the releases that they've just come out, the Submariner now is a line which I know they include the Sea Dweller and the Deep Sea, but those are very different watches in terms of the scale. I think there's 8 variants of the Submariner, not including the Sea Dweller and the Deep Sea. And now when you look at it compared to the GMT, I think there's 17 variants of the GMT Master 2. This is an iconic. This is the iconic watch. Maybe not in this guise with a blue bezel, but if it was down to me, with the Submariner in all black or this, price out of the equation, I know I reach for this watch more than I reach for my black variant. So I think that tells its own story for my preference anyway, for my taste. But it's got a real heft. It's got a slight yellow hue because it's white gold. Compared to the previous generation with the maxi case, the 40mm Smurf, I think is a really cool watch. Wears very differently because the blue is quite vibrant right across. This thing, I believe, is quite a comfortable sort of in between watch where you can rock the black. I'm wearing a black t-shirt today. Rock the black, got the blue bezel for a little pop. But yeah, this is, as I say, easily the watch. I can wear this watch without exaggerating for a month at a time, and I don't even think about anything else in my collection. Initially when I got it, it was one that I didn't think I was going to hold on to forever, if I'm honest. And I actually, when I got it, I told my wife that it was stainless steel just to appease her, because I think I'd bought quite a number of watches in that sort of period, 2021, during COVID. And this thing, I kind of sort of wore, and I kind of knew obviously what it was. She didn't have a clue. And then as time went, I'd had a pretty good year in business that year. Everything was going in the right direction. And I told her one night drunkenly what it was and how much it cost, and she laughed it off. And life was all right in 21. Business was booming, so I put it down to she wasn't bothered, and I loved it. And coincidentally, at the time, I had a number of great watches, and even though this is just a Submariner, nothing special, no added complication, this is the one that sort of does it for me more than any. I've thought about, and most collectors do, they think sometimes when the collection gets out of hand and there's watches that you're not wearing, should I move them on? Should I, consolidate it into one amazing piece, or sell, for example, this for the value of what it's worth today and maybe buy a few watches? This is the one probably that I look at and I think I would never sell now. I love it. And I wish Rolex as a brand would do a little bit more with Submariner. This is the Apple iPhone, if you like. This is this really slow, gradual evolvement. Nothing happens too quickly. So this was released in either 20 or 21, I can't remember. And it was initially pretty tricky to get, as you can imagine, but now it trades well below list price. List price has gone mad. I think I paid £31,000 and it's now it's closer to £41,000 now in the UK. And to pick one up second hand, they're as cheap as 25,000. So quite a rarity. And considering from the Submariner book that was released last year, it showed us how many of these were produced to date when that was released, and I think it was less than 10,000 in comparison to the steel variants, which are in the multiple of 100,000s. It's quite a difference. So yeah, very special. I've seen one person, it was actually a friend of mine who I didn't know had bought it. He's been rocking one, but I don't think it was. People don't particularly get on board with it because it's white gold. So for the money, they would rather have yellow gold or rose gold or potentially even a platinum watch for the same money. For me, it does it for me completely. Nobody knows what it is. People think it's steel. I treat it like it's steel. It's got grime in it, it's got scratches all down the bracelet, it's got little dinks in the case, but the heft of it, the pleasure I get from it's enormous. So yeah, this is what I would describe as probably my daily wearer. I've got a lot of watches which none of them get babied, but this one is the one that if I'm in there's any indecision, I'll probably put it on. But yeah, my Rolex Submariner, don't know the reference, that's what Google's for, or Tim Mosso. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about it, because it gets a bit of flack, and I've seen a lot of memes about how, you're waiting for a stainless GMT Master and then your AD calls you and offers you a Cookie Monster. Yeah, I think it's quite funny, but it's rare. It's a rare Rolex sports watch. I think it's badass, but I'm not the voice of everybody. Let me know what you want to see. I mean, Rolex haven't done a lot with the Submariner range in a number of years. It's been maybe 5 years since something was released. They don't add anything. This is the apex of the Submariner line. They don't have a platinum variant. The blue on the white gold and the green for the anniversary version has been in the catalogue now since I think 2011 or 2013. 2003 I think was the original Kermit release. So yeah, it's been a while. There's no red. So would you like red text? What is it? What would sort of elevate this again and give it a new lease of life within the range? Personally, I'm desperate for a new Submariner. If a new Submariner is released tomorrow, I'd be front of the line trying to get one. It's my favourite watch in the Rolex lineup. I prefer it over the Daytona, the GMT Master. I find the bezel, the adult fidget spinner, to be really useful in terms of timing things. So if I'm going to time a pizza in the oven, however long it needs to go in, 14 minutes, 15 minutes, we're good to party. Yeah, this is my one. So yeah, what would you like to see Rolex release? Red bezels, purple bezels, yellow bezels, green bezels, different things going on. But do you think the Hulk's going to come back? Personally, I hope the Hulk doesn't come back, because I've got a Hulk, and what makes the Hulk special is it was a time in the catalogue, but no doubt Rolex will bring it back, because they like to do that. They've brought the Meteorite Dial Daytona back in the last few days, which was a short release. Wonder how long this will be in the catalogue for in terms of this Meteorite Dial, but yeah, I think we're due something to happen to the Submariner line maybe next year. We had a slow year last year. This year's been great, but what do you think? Tell me what you think of this thing. I think I'll probably be wearing this. I think I've had it on now for 2 weeks. Might change it this afternoon if I can be bothered. Probably won't. It's just time set and I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Hit the like button. It gets a bit sort of galvanizes the video, pushes it along a little bit. So yeah, I look forward to engaging with you, but I hope everyone's well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.